you ever wondered why people fail on eBay? If you've been selling on eBay for a very long time, you can attest to the fact that yes, when you started, there were some sellers selling the same items with you. And somewhere, somehow, one day you decided to check their shop and you realize that this seller is no longer selling on the platform. Apart from eBay closing your shop, in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 reasons why, in my experience, I really do think people fail on eBay. I've been selling on eBay since like 2013, and these are the reasons I keep seeing over and over and again why people really do fail on the platform. And I'm going to try to make it very short so that I don't bore you with what I'm about to say. And first of all, pardon me, it might be a little bit loud. I'm in the warehouse and it's kind of noisy right now, but this is nothing compared to the information I'm going to be sharing with you, because I really do think that 1, 2, or 3 of these reasons might apply to you. And if any of them applies to you, this video is going to help you to kind of have a rethink, possibly change the way you are doing things, and just make you succeed ultimately on the platform. So the first reason I think is responsible for why people really fail on eBay is just lack of motivation. You see, sometimes people set out to sell on eBay thinking it's just something you can handle with kid gloves. eBay, should be said, is a real job. And a lot of people come to the platform thinking that, okay, I'm just going to throw out a few stuff on eBay, and I'm just going to go list something whenever I have to list something. I'm just going to go out to source for items whenever I have to, if I feel motivated about doing it. See, this is a wrong idea to have about eBay. You see, the same idea you have about your 9-to-5 job, this is exactly the same attitude you need to bring onto eBay. I started taking eBay seriously at about, I think, 2016, because the first 3 years on the platform, I was also just like you, thinking I could just make a lot of money by just literally not doing anything. See, the fact is, eBay is a real job, and you have to take it as seriously as you can. You have to wake up in the morning, you have to list items. If you have a full-time job, you have to develop a system that will make it possible that after doing your normal day job, you still have to come to the second job, which is your eBay job, and make sure that you are doing everything that you normally do in your day job. Because in your day job, you normally wake up in the morning, you set your alarm, you want to quickly catch your bus, or you want to drive your car to your workstation. And sometimes when you are running late, you kind of can relate to how you feel when you are running late to work. You really have to drive extra fast just to be sure that you are able to meet the resumption time. And this is the kind of attitude you also need to have for eBay. So when you close from your day job and you are coming to your eBay shop or your eBay business, what people do sometimes are they just come in kind of tired, really not motivated to do anything. And if they just see that there's not an item that is interesting to list, they just don't list, and everything is pretty much just low key, nothing happening, no motivation to want to do something. You see, if you want to succeed on eBay, you have to put in your all. Not 90% of your motivation. You have to be 100% motivated. You have to do things that you normally would not do, not naturally. You know, sometimes if you have to sleep in the warehouse, you have to do it. Sometimes, because see, there's a lot of things in between selling on eBay. They are the thing that you do not really notice when you see people selling on eBay is that you don't really tell who the hobby seller is and who the business seller is. You know, there are a lot of hobby sellers on eBay, and if you do what the hobby sellers do, don't expect. Yes, you will have fun. If this is your goal, it's absolutely fine. But don't expect to make the kind of money that business sellers make. Some people make $10,000, $15,000 on eBay every given month. These are the business sellers. These are not for hobby sellers. Hobby sellers, yes, you can make a few $100s or euros here and there. But if you are dreaming of making the big boy numbers, 50,000 euros, 10,000 euros, $20,000, $10,000 a month, $5,000, even $2,000 a month, you have to put in the work, and there is no way you can go around that. If there was a way to go around that, I would have gladly checked it out. But in all these years I've been selling on eBay, never really found a way around putting in the work. Putting in the work will entirely mean that you have to list items, you have to continue to source for items, and that brings us to the number 2 reasons why I really do think a lot of people are failing right now on the platform, and this is this. A lot of people are selling items in the wrong niche. You see, eBay is a very big platform. There's an opportunity for you to sell wherever you want to sell according to eBay terms and conditions. That meets eBay terms and conditions. You see, so people sell in a wrong niche. What do I mean by a wrong niche? A niche where you cannot really make a lot of money. Yes, you might get items easily. You might go out to source for these items. Like, I don't want to mention any niche now, not just to, but you get what I mean. You might be able to find these items very easily, but bringing them to the platform and selling them, you're pretty much selling these items for like 20 euros, $20, $10, 50, $25. You see, yes, and sometimes you have to wait for like 2-3 months to sell these items. This is not how you make money. If you want to make money, or you want to succeed, you have to do these things. These things have to be items that sell fast, and they kind of command some decent selling price. So if you want to continue to sell €6, $6 items and make 20 cents in profits, just do the math and imagine how long it will take you to succeed. Don't forget that you're selling on eBay doesn't mean that your expenses or your cost of living will just suddenly go away. No, you still have to pay your rent. You still have to pay your insurance. You still have to pay your medical expenses. Let's say you need to take a bus or the train or tram. You still have to pay the transport ticket, and sometimes this requires some serious amount of money. So if you want to succeed on eBay, also make sure you see how you can focus on the right niche. And what do I mean by a right niche? A right niche is a niche that will guarantee you some responsible profit after selling the item. Yes, you might need to put in some work to sell these items. Let's say the items might be bulky items. Yeah, that's the work. In any case, if you have decided to sell on eBay, you're already a business, you might just need to learn to do these things. The items might come in bulky, but then if you are able to sell 1 or 2 of them, then you know that you have made some decent amount of profit. It's also this way. It's not really like this is the only way to make it. If you are comfortable with selling low selling price items, like items that sell for $4 or so or less, you might have to sell a lot of this. And at the end of the day, it still translates to the same thing. You have to sit down and just keep packing items all day long. But I really do think that the way I run my business, I believe that if I want to sell things on eBay, these things should pretty much be like $200, $300, 300 euros, 250 euros items. And when I get profit on these items, when I make a sale, I should be thinking about $40 up to $50 or 50 euro profit on a given item. And yes, it's kind of difficult to solve this equation, this puzzle, but this is the work, and this is how I think about it. And sometimes I have to spend extra hours really researching things, trying to see how I can conveniently sell an item, which is buy it and then sell it and give me a profit of between $30 up to $50 or euros, depending on the currency we're talking about. All right? So think about the niche that you are selling. If you want to be a business seller, the earlier you want to look at the niche closely, the better for you. You see, I sell in the electronics categories of eBay, pretty much sell desktop PCs, laptop, monitors, and I feel like this is a very decent niche to sell on. The demand is there. There are so many items sold every given day, and if you learn the tactics of selling in this niche, you might pretty much smile. It's not to say that electronics is the only niche that guarantees you success on eBay, but there are so many other niches. Just need to check and see what you are comfortable doing, and if you want to be a hobby seller, then knock yourself out, do whatever you want. But if you're looking about succeeding on eBay in the actual sense of the word, which is smiling to the bank and seeing some direct returns on your investment of time, then please sell in a niche that can guarantee you that. The third reason why people also fail, this is in my opinion, that I've seen people fail on eBay, is people pretty much buy things very expensively. And this is the red light, because if you keep buying items very expensive, thinking that you're going to put it on eBay and sell it, you might just be dreaming, because there is pretty much no category on eBay that doesn't have like somebody already selling the item like really low ball price, So how do you circumvent this? If you want to sell, let's say, these headphones, The thing I'll naturally do is first to check and see if somebody's already selling the same headphone and for what price the person is selling it. If the person is selling it for $20, just for example, I have to figure out a way to bring my items in worst case scenario to sell it at the same $20. If I can do it less, the better. But the thing is, if you decide to sell this thing, the same description, the same item in the same condition for $50, you might just be dreaming because it might be very difficult to sell. If the market price you see on eBay is like $20, you have to figure out, before you buy these headphones, wherever you are buying it from your supplier, make sure that after all expenses paid, you make sure you're able to sell it in the same price or a little bit lesser, but just forget about selling it pretty much higher than what everybody is selling because you're not going to sell it anyway. But the mistake that rookie sellers make is that they get products from their suppliers, and sometimes suppliers just keep pushing products to you and telling you, oh, they are cheap, just go ahead and buy them, buy 20 pieces of this item, buy 30 pieces of this item, and even gives you a good price. And then you just go ahead and consummate the transaction, you pay the supplier and you get the items before realizing that, oh, okay, let me go and list the item, only for you to see that the same item is already on eBay for so low price that you can't even think of selling your own at all. And this is just a way to destroy your business. So if you keep buying things so expensive, you are pretty much sooner or later just going to go out of business naturally because you're going to have items lying down in your shop that you're never ever going to sell. So how do you circumvent this? Make sure before you buy items, make sure you check what the selling price is of the item online. On eBay, good Therapic, eBay has given us Therapic, a tool that's supposed to help us to actually look through these things before we buy. So if you're able to keep doing this, it doesn't matter what you are buying. When I started selling on eBay a long time ago, there's this adrenaline rush that young rookie sellers normally experience. You just find items, especially when you get them from a supplier, you see that, oh, I have like 20 pieces of this item, you are excited, and then you just go ahead and pay for it before coming to check on the platform to see if the item you have just bought is really worth it. You see, I made this mistake not once, not twice, over and over for years, or more than 3 years of making the same mistake. Somebody calls me and tells me, hey, bro, I've got some decent laptops for you. Come and take a look and possibly buy them. Then I go there, I take a look at the laptop because they are looking in very good condition. And the price, while discussing about the laptop, seems kind of fair. You know, just imagine somebody offering you a laptop with everything already included, like you have the hard drive, you have everything for, say, 60, 70 euros. Looks fair on the surface level, right? Okay, then you are happy, then you just go ahead, you buy. At this point, you pretty much lose all the skills that you should have already mastered on eBay. You just, because it's 60 euros, you can just go ahead and buy like 10 or 20. And then you bring them home and check on eBay and see that the same laptop, somebody is selling it for 70 euros or even 80 euros. Then it's difficult for you to say, and this time you've already tied a lot of money on your laptops and you are never ever going to sell them. You will definitely say one here, two there. But imagine if you bought 10 laptops and you are only able to sell 2 after 3 months. This is my opinion, not success. And if you are doing this, or if you are in the habit of doing this, try to check it. And if you can master this, if you can try to check it, and if you can really take pains to look through these 3 steps, these 3 reasons I have talked about, if you can really take pains to look through these 3 reasons I've talked about, and take steps to also avoid them, I really do believe that your journey on eBay is going to be successful and you're going to have a very beautiful experience. I hope this video helps you. I'm going to bring in out short videos like this, sharing my experience to help you on your eBay journey. And if you like it, do not hesitate to subscribe to the channel. Until I see you again, peace.